Welcome to PlotLines, where we'll use our over 30 years of experience in real estate communications to uncover the real stories behind real estate. I'm Heather Crowell.
And I'm Britni Acriveau. Dive in with us as we invite guests to break down the ever-changing landscapes of real estate together. Okay, welcome back to PlotLines, a podcast all about rewriting headlines in the real estate space. Today we're joined by Rich Gottlieb, the president and COO of Keystone. Thanks, Rich, for joining us today.
Happy to be here.
All right, so let's dive right in. Tell us about yourself and your background and a little bit about Keystone.
So I guess you could say I'm a Philadelphia guy through and through. I was born in Northeast Philadelphia, moved to Cherry Hill, New Jersey, went to college at Drexel University.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Ended up getting a master's degree at Temple University, worked in Philadelphia for a number of real estate firms, and eventually started as a broker, then eventually moved to become a developer and a partner at Keystone, where we do really some fun projects, and really happy to be here. So.
Great.
Awesome.
We're glad to have you. And so you must be a big Eagles fan, of course, right?
Just came back from New Orleans. So
excellent.
No way.
yeah, it was a great time. It was, as I tell everybody, if you're an Eagles fan, it was the greatest game ever.
Not if you're a Chiefs fan.
Of course. Well, luckily, we're all on the winning side this time.
It was a lot of fun being there. Great crowd, great city, great atmosphere.
Good.
And, it's a lot more fun to come home on the losing side.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, as you know, we're here to talk a little bit about the headlines. I know Keystone has done a lot of work in the office space. A lot of your projects relate to that. We're starting to see a shift in some of those headlines, I would say, with the Wall Street Journal recently saying investors who shun the office market are coming back. We're seeing record demand for high quality office buildings. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're seeing in the space, and if you agree with those headlines or what your thoughts are?
So you have to take a little bit of a step back and understand that office has always been a very cyclical business. Sure. The lows are pretty low and the highs are very high in time. So it's a long-term business. And this time, obviously, it's a little different. We never had hybrid work or work from home and those things. We've had downturns in the economy.
Right.
So it's a little different. But if you're a contrarian, office is something you got to look at because it's at its low and has nowhere to go but up. And if you can afford to get in and be there in the long term and own the right buildings in the right locations, there's great opportunity.
Yep.
One of our big problems today in offices is a lack of financing, so that creates less liquidity. That will change, but right now it makes it very challenging to be heavily into office investing.
That makes sense.
But the headlines are good. People are coming back to the office.
Yeah.
They need office space. On the flip side is they're being more efficient with their use of office space today.
Right.
So there is excess inventory, and this is not a new subject. It's just being done a little differently in today's world. We've always been figuring out what to do with older inventory.
Yeah,
right.
Whether it's a multi-story warehouse building that becomes apartments that was old in the 70s and 80s.
Yep.
It's just a cycle of real estate.
That's right. Yep.
I think that segues perfectly into our next question, which is about conversions, because there's still a lot of conversation around that. So what are you seeing? Is that still strong? What does it take to make these conversion projects successful?
So it's our main focus right now. And we've always been someone who worked the real estate. We would buy something not with just the thought of, we think the rents are going to go higher or the demand's going to increase, and we'll capitalize on that and create value that way.
Sure.
Of course, we looked at those metrics, but we always wanted to roll up our sleeves and improve the physical plant as much as we could. So we're we're very involved in converting right now. There's a lot of stock out there. There's a lot of inventory out there, I should say, that has a lot of functional obsolescence.
Yeah.
The floor plates don't really work. What people do today, the window lines aren't really what they want. The amenities aren't really there. Whatever. But as I like to say, no matter what happens in the digital world, people got to live somewhere.
That's right.
And we continue to have a housing shortage in this country. So a natural way to go is to convert. So we're doing several conversions right now as we speak.
Okay.
And by the way, it's the hardest thing we've ever done. It should be, moderately difficult. It is very difficult. You would think you just demo the inside and start putting in bathrooms and
Not that
kitchens
simple, huh?
and it's going to work, right? But the entitlement process is really difficult.
Right.
From places more than others. You run into sewer problems, in negotiating to use the sewer lines properly and how much they want to charge you to do that.
Sure.
So it's very involved, but I think it's for a while it's going to be the right thing. Now we need to. I'm sorry to get too wordy, but
No,
You're
you're
the
fine.
things you look at first are basis, your cost basis,
Mm-hmm.
and the efficiency of the building. Some buildings would make wonderful apartment buildings, but you lose just too much interior space
Right.
for the size of the floor plate.
Yeah.
So that doesn't work. And then the location, of course.
Right.
We're doing a project in the Plymouth Meeting Mall right now. It was an office building. We're going to have a project with beautiful apartments, all the amenities you would want. And then we're going to have walkability to a Whole Foods. You can walk to Whole Foods, you can walk to the
Restaurants.
theater, you can
Yeah.
walk to multiple
Yeah,
restaurants.
you can't beat that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have department store and all the other creature
Sure.
comforts that you would find in a mall property. So in the suburbs, right near
Right.
Main Highway. So we're really excited about how that's going to be received.
Yeah. Fantastic.
No, that's great. And I think when you were talking about the office space obsolescence, you talked a little bit about amenities and you actually just referred to them as it related to the apartment building too. But talk to us a little bit about how the expectation of amenities has evolved over time, and what that means in today's office or mixed use environment. I know a lot of these buildings and a lot of the projects you've been involved in have been more focused on placemaking and experiences and a mix of uses. So you might call that amenities, you might not, but I just want to get your take on how that's evolved over the years.
Well, it's funny. Everybody's talking about amenities today, especially bringing people back to the office.
Yeah.
And the number one thing is, as an owner or a tenant or a manager, is you want to make it enticing to bring people back to the office.
Right.
You want to
Yeah.
make it a place they want to be, and that they see it as a positive. But the reality is we've been doing this for well over 10 years. And we started as suburban properties, putting in really wonderful gyms
Yeah.
and great eating places and great places that we would put small conference centers in, places to go outside with Wi-Fi and, eat or work through emails, take a phone call, whatever. We've been doing that for a long time. So, and it was a winning strategy.
Yeah.
And I think it's just become more important
Yeah.
today. If you don't have amenities, it's hard to bring people back and have those, we used to call it those casual collisions and whatnot that
Yeah.
would need that we firmly believe a good company needs to have a place, have people who work together
Yeah.
in face to face, have the water cooler chatter. That's how you make it a place you want to be. When you're virtual, what do you really belong to?
Yeah.
What are you part of? And I know I used to go to, I still do. I like the people I work for. I like the people I work with. It
Yeah.
was social.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
People
think-
lose that today. But I think we'll be, the people need that's what they're using to draw the people back today. And that's
Yeah.
the main thing. And it's been there, but they're highlighting it more now. Now, as far as placemaking, it's really about the energy of the first floor. It's really
Okay.
what it sounds
Yeah.
if you're in an office building, the upstairs is for people, paying tenants or their guests, really.
Right.
I mean, so the public.
Sure.
But you want to place it not only to the people who work in the building or come to the building every day, want to be at, whether it's a good food opportunity or a gym or something
Right.
that they want to go to. The public also gets a chance to experience it. And I think
Right.
that's when you need to do that. But when you bring in, when someone walks into a building, there's energy and there's
Yeah.
this good feeling. It's like anything, you never get a chance to get us to get a, you need a first impression, a good
Right.
first impression.
Yep.
Definitely.
So that's what we're trying to create, these first impressions.
Yeah. So outside of amenities, how are you blending all of these uses seamlessly together? And you have two really great use cases of it at the Curtis in the city and Sora West and Conshohocken. But talk to us. How do you bring all of
Right.
that together?
It's really hard, and and it really is. When it works, it's rewarding and
Sure.
exciting. But you also got to be prepared to tweak it now and again.
Yeah.
With down at the Curtis, we got everything going on.
Yeah.
We have office space, we have life science space, we have restaurants, we have residential, and we have events going on there too.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
some things need to be segregated. Like residential needs to have their own private entrance, their own private elevators, so
Makes
that
sense.
they
Yep.
don't feel that they're reacting to the general public any more than
Yeah.
need to.
Right.
They're in
Right.
their residence,
Still
right?
have their privacy. Yeah.
Yes. And so that's how we're handling it there. But look, we try to bring the right mix of tenants in that complement each other. And we spend a lot of time trying to attract them and bring them in. And it's difficult, but you have to say no sometimes to the wrong tenant.
Yeah.
So, and it's been successful. There's a lot of entrances, so we're able to do things that way as well. You see it at Sora. We were fortunate to build the suit for actually the largest company in Pennsylvania, now called Cencora. It was Mercer Bergen.
Yeah.
And we worked together with them and the town. Township wanted we really started with a plaza, public-private plaza.
Okay.
That was really something for the whole community, and everything else got designed around that.
Okay.
So today, the office people they'll bring in a tent and have an event in the plaza a couple times a year. We can have a wedding or a small function outside from the hotel caters. We have a first-class restaurant. We have a steakhouse in there, as well as light bites at Hook and Ladder for the steakhouse, and 1874 social for the bites and drinks. That spills out into the.
So there's a lot happening.
And when you see all these interactions, and you create a quality product that people want to be at, it can create a place.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like its own bubble.
Ecosystem,
Right. Yeah.
But it shouldn't just be for the place. It should enhance the whole environment.
Right.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
what we've done, especially with having a lot of parking, Conshohocken was always thought of as a place you couldn't park.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we offer free parking, and frankly, I want you to come to our restaurant in the hotel, but use it, go to a different restaurant, because the more vibrant the whole street is, the whole downtown,
Yeah.
better off we'll all be.
Benefits
That's right.
everyone. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So we've talked about some of your Philadelphia area projects. Do you have investments outside of the Philadelphia region?
Yeah, so we've been in South Florida for it's about 06, I think.
Okay.
We bought
Okay.
the first project because time flies, doesn't it?
Became a pretty hot market a few years ago. You know.
We got in, and then the whole world has collapsed for
Yes.
a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was in 07, but around that period of time. But like I said, it's a long game, so you have to hang in there and be capitalized to hang in there. Those projects performed well, but we recently lost a year ago, lost our largest tenant, and made a decision to pivot and convert these 1970s office buildings
Okay.
to apartments into a location that's a hot apartment market.
Yeah.
It's a hot South Florida itself, as we all know, people have been going to Florida for a variety of reasons. We're right near what's called Dayland area, which
Yeah.
is Kendall, but we have a major regional mall, very well-known regional mall. You're close to the airport there. One of it's Pinecrest School System, which is considered the best or one of the best in South Florida.
Okay.
And there's a big health system there. There's a lot of great things. And we also have rail there.
Right.
The line there. So we're the end of the Daytran at the Daytran stop, which is direct access down into the city of Miami, which is exorbitantly expensive today. Just crazy. But it's an easy access to Brickell and all the excitement that's in Miami today, in downtown Miami. So we're converting that to apartments. We just started a 121 unit project, got all our approvals and permits, which was difficult. And we'll be following that up with the second building that we'll be emptying out and converting to 91 apartments. And there's more density for that site we'll be doing over the years. So we're very excited about that.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That
It's a
is
great
exciting.
market. We show those down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've touched on so many different asset classes, Rich, but of all of them, as we are well into 2025, what are you feeling? What asset classes are you feeling strongest about heading into this year?
So we're very focused on mixed use and multifamily.
Yep.
Okay.
I've said before, there's a housing shortage. It continues. The population continues to grow, and people need to live somewhere. So we think that and we think there's an opportunity that there's buildings that are or will be coming available that are good candidates for conversion.
Yeah.
As we said, they're not all candidates for
Not
conversion.
right.
But we want to be the guys who can do that. If we're the go-to group that does this.
I like that.
Like I said, it's hard. So that's why we want to be involved in it, so to speak. Because not everybody will be able to do it and do it well. And then, of course, we'll do things that have opportunistic. The hotel is because that's what that development needed in Conshohocken.
Sure.
And we're set to do another hotel now as well. So because the opportunity presented itself in the building, and we're excited about that.
Right. You said you like to work the real estate, so that makes sense. How many, if you're willing to answer this, how many buildings are you thinking about you'll be converting or you're working on right
So
now?
we're doing 4 conversions as we speak right now, and we're looking at other opportunities.
That's
And look, we've always looked at reinventing ourselves. We never satisfied with this is who we are and that's what we do type of thing. We'll be continuing to grow that way.
Yeah.
When we started, we were just office guys,
Right.
and doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I think there's been a lot of discussion about conversion and not that many people have executed. So
It's
that
because
does seem
it's
like
not
there's
as
an
easy as it
opportunity if we
sounds.
figure it out. Yeah.
Look, we have buildings that we've studied hard, and it would be amazing on a pedestrian level. They'd be amazing apartments,
Sure.
Right.
but financially, it doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many factors.
Yeah.
All right, Rich. Well, we started with asking you your thoughts on the current headlines. And so now we want to give you the opportunity to write your own headline. So what would you like to see out there about office, mixed use, conversions? You can take it however you would like, but what would sort of that ideal news line look like for you?
For the office, I think the headline is it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
So hang in there and keep improving your properties and working hard, and life will get better and come back.
Yeah.
And for the conversions, I think it's not right for everybody,
Right.
I like it.
and so that's really so. And looking forward to some more exciting things. We will be doing. I did mention it, but they mentioned more. We're going to be doing another Hilton hotel in the Bourse in downtown Philadelphia.
Awesome.
We're going to be taking some of the office floors and turning them into 152 rooms,
Okay.
along with
Fantastic.
a premier dining experience on the first floor, probably 2 dining experiences,
Nice.
with an active bar, restaurant,
Mhm.
a place that I would want to go for dinner as a local
Yeah.
Philadelphian, not just someone staying in the hotel or who
Right.
works in the building.
Right.
And we love that neighborhood, we love that location. We have a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Coffee shop opening up in the fourth, in the Curtis, excuse me, that'll really round out what we have to offer there. So there's a lot of positive things going on. We're very excited.
Yeah.
That's great.
That sounds great. Well, Rich, we enjoyed having you today. Thanks so
Yeah.
much for your time.
I'm always happy to see you, and I really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
This podcast is a production of Gregory FCA. If you enjoyed our discussion, please subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts